13 on Your Side Green Thumb. Sponsored by Morgan Composting, the creator of Dairy Dew.
Experts say you could be hurting your plants doing things you heard might be good for them.
Yeah, 13 on Your Side's Catherine Barrett talks gardening myths with an expert in this week's Green Thumb.
You may think you've been helping your garden all summer long, but you may actually have been hurting it. Justin Morgan is here from Dairy Dew to talk about some things you may have been doing in your garden that's sending you down the wrong path. Good to see you.
Yes, thanks for having us.
You're going to do some myth busting around gardening because
yes.
we kind of think what we're supposed to do, we know, and we really could be botching it up.
Yeah, accidentally.
Accidentally, with the best of intentions. Okay, I'm going to throw out the myth. You're going to bust it up for us. Okay. Myth number one: water every day. You say don't water every day. You don't need to.
You may not need to. So with Mother Nature helping us, with the rain and stuff, make sure that you're watering when your plant's asking for it. Right?
How do we know it's asking?
So we asked you guys a while back ago to quit watering this one to make sure that it dries out so we can show on film like what's going on. You see these leaves drooping like this? This is a big indicator that this plant is now out of water. You can see it's really dry soil like we've talked about in the past. And because this container is very small, right? Remember, this plant can get like 4 feet tall, but the container stays.
In Mother Nature, it would have room to spread out, and we're confining it.
Mother Nature does a lot for us under the ground. She keeps it moist for us, where this will dry out because there's a lot of surface area on here, and it'll dry out a lot more. So if we've grown in the ground before and then switched to a pot, a couple things happen where this really contains it, so the root starts trying to find food this way, and then the moisture will dry out a lot quicker than we're used to because Mother Nature will help keep that soil moist that we're not used to in here.
You said if we were to pull that plant up out of that pot, we'd see something.
Yeah, there'd be a really like a root ball, right? Because she's growing under there as much as she's growing up here.
Yeah.
And as she's root balling here, she's asking for more water. So then we got to make sure that we give her the appropriate amount of water.
Myth number two: more fertilizer is better. I do subscribe to the more is better kind of school of thought in life, but maybe not.
Right now, there's a couple indicators on here that with the yellowing, there's a couple different types of what's yellowing. So if it's all the way through the plant, where it's the leaves and the stems start yellowing, that's a nutrient deficiency, kind of across the board. So we're going to need to feed it. If it's just the tip of it and it's kind of curling up and it's the tip, it could be a potassium issue.
Okay.
So as the Healthy Garden, it's an organic fertilizer, it addresses all of them. So we don't have to overthink that of which I need.
Okay, because I was thinking, do I have to go out and buy both and try one and it fails? And no, you get the one shot.
Yes, at the Healthy Garden, you get the one shot and it's kind of all across the board. If you really want to start diving in and you know it's a potassium issue, the Fruit and Root is one that we recommend for fruiting, and the big roots like potatoes or whatever, that's the extra kick of potassium. But across the board, the Healthy Garden is a really good organic fertilizer.
Myth number three also involves those yellow leaves because it could actually be more about the watering.
Yes. If you do overwater, you could be flushing things down because we say about, well, it's not enough water. Well, then it's too much water, right? As we're flushing all that nutrient down and out of it, make sure these plants, they're not designed to live in wet feet. They don't like the roots being soaked and saturated and wet. So we just have to, again, you got to squeeze that soil. You got to dig down. You feel like you're hurting her because you're ripping up some of them tiny root hairs. She's fine. She'd rather have you hurt her a little bit than not water, right? So get down there and see what it's doing. But you got to make sure that you're using the right amount of water.
You gave us permission in July to rip up those root messes, and I've been doing it ever since. So thank you for that.
Yes.
All right, a healthy dose of myth busting and problem solving to keep your garden growing the way you imagine. Thank you. So much good advice.
Oh, thank you.